So if you're one of them, this video is going to help you so much. I'm thinking of making a series out of it. Like, this is going to be the first video where I will introduce you to makeup. So if you want me to make it into a series, what you need to do is two things: like it and subscribe to my channel, because if you don't, I am not doing a series out of it. That's it. I'm done. I'm not. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Anvesha with you. I hope all of you are doing absolutely fine. Now finally I am getting video like topic requests, which means I am growing and you guys liking what I am doing. So yay for me! So today's video is one of that. The look that you're seeing on my face, I have done it using the minimum product possible. And it is going to be specially for those who have no idea about makeup, they don't know how to do it. I got you covered. In this video, I have explained the basic, like the ground level theories of makeup, and I have shared some of my favorite tips as well. So if you want to know how have I created this look, if you want to learn about makeup, you need to keep on watching. Before even starting, one thing that you need to know is makeup always looks better on healthier looking skin. All of us have a bit of problematic skin, but if it's not well moisturized, if it's not nourished from inside, makeup is going to make it look worse. So the first step is going to be moisturize your face according to your skin type. What I mean by that is I have a combination skin, so I can work with both oil-based moisturizers and water-based moisturizers. Now I won't go into much details, but if your skin is from maybe dry to combination, you might want to use a thicker based moisturizer such as this one. And if your skin is more towards oily, you might want to use a lighter based moisturizer. Now combination skin type people and normal skin type people can use both according to the season. So it is summer right now, so I am going to go with this Pond's Super Light Gel. This is my favorite moisturizer. I use it in the morning, after shower, in nighttime. Whenever I feel dry, I reach for this. Now my face was already very moisturized and that's why I haven't took a lot of it, but no, it is a lot of it and I don't regret. Now I have seen some people skipping their eyes and I don't know for what reason. Don't your eyes need moisture? Come on, put it in your eye. I mean, not in your eye, but around your eye. And I have put lip balm as well. That is very important too. Do not skip your lip balm because it might make your lip chapped and then the lipstick won't look good. Now the second step is, if you're going out in the morning, you need to apply a sunscreen with a high SPF. Now it is evening right now, so I am not going to waste my sunscreen and I will skip that. So first you are going to apply moisturizer and then comes sunscreen for the morning. Now, if you have not used foundation before, I will not recommend you to start with a foundation because foundation needs a lot of blending technique, and plus matching a foundation shade can be pretty tricky because these days shopping malls are not allowing to use testers because of the COVID situation and all. So either you have to eyeball it or you have to go for the online, which is not very ideal if you're buying foundation for the first time. So for that, I have another option, which is a BB cream. And today I'll be using this Fair & Lovely BB cream. Now I don't use BB cream at all. That's why I've bought the smallest tube, because I am more comfortable with using foundation and I have quite a lot of them and I don't want another one to get expired. So that is that. Now if you're concerned that BB cream just only comes in one shade, so what if you are not the exact match? It is not going to hide your dark spots and scars, but it is going to even your skin tone. Some people has darker foreheads and darker sideburns, so it is going to help you manipulate that a little bit. Even if you don't have the exact same color as this one, you still don't have to worry about that because it is not going to make you look white or ashy. So I'm just going to take a bit of it, and actually it is a bit darker than my tone, as you guys can see. Yeah, it is not my shade, definitely. But you will see it won't make that big of a deal. And I'm so happy seeing that it is not white. Oh my god. And I'll be using my hands for this because this is just like a moisturizer. So first I am going to spread it all over my skin. So first I'm spreading it evenly, and after it is spread I am going to tap it in just like we use a beauty blender. And I have used quite a bit on my forehead, so I'm just trying to blend that out. So see, it didn't make my skin a different color, but it just toned it into a similar color. Okay, I am pretty done here. Now the second thing that you need is a good high coverage concealer. These days you don't have to spend 500 or 800 to buy a concealer. You will easily get a good concealer under 200, and that is exactly what I have, is the Mion Fix It concealer. I don't remember the price, but it is very affordable. And if you don't want to hide your pigmentation or dark circles, I love you. You should be like that. Choosing a concealer shade can be easier than a foundation shade because we'll be focusing it on our problem areas. So even if it's 1 or 2 shades lighter, it won't be a problem. So I'm going to focus it on my pigmented areas and a bit on my under eyes. And I am going to take the tiniest dot because this is high coverage and we definitely don't need a lot of it. And a bit on my under eyes. That's it. If I need more, I'll use more later, but I'm going to blend it with my finger. Just tap it and it should be nicely blended. And that's the beauty of concealer. You cannot blend foundation with your finger. It will look horrible. And I'm not going to spread it too much. I'm focusing it on my problem area and concentrating the blending specifically on that. Otherwise, it is going to lose the coverage. I'm just blending the edges now. See, it is so easy to blend a good concealer. You don't have to put any effort. And make sure you're not pushing too hard when you're blending it under your eyes, otherwise it can really damage your eye. So it's pretty much blended, and I'm going to take a little bit for my eyelid because that part is dark. First rule of makeup is go with the tiniest bit and add on if you need more. Do not start with a lot of product at the first place. It is concealed even though we haven't put a lot of product. It's still looking good, right? Now we will be setting it, and for that I have two options. One is a compact powder and the other one is a baking powder. Now this comes in two variations. This is the banana powder and it has a translucent version of it as well. So the main difference between these two are it has pigmentation, which means if you are not the exact tone, it is going to either make you look a bit lighter or a bit darker. I haven't seen any compact powder that comes in a darker shade, so it is usually going to make you a hell lot of lighter, and this doesn't have any pigmentation. So if you don't find your shade in here, which is pretty much white, it is even lighter for me, So you need to go with these ones because these are not going to make you look like a white ghost. So you might want to prefer that over this. So if you find your shade match in this one, excellent, good for you. But I'm going to choose this one. So yep. And it comes with a sponge like that. So I'm going to take a bit of it. Now here I will be focusing on my problem areas where I sweat most or where I have most oil glands. So for most of you it is going to be the T-zone, which is our forehead and around our nose. This is the oiliest part usually, but for me it is, yes, of course, my T-zone and especially my mustache. My mustache gets watery so quick, so I'm going to focus it there and my forehead. So that's done. Now the ultimate tip to make your face look natural is to use a natural looking blush. And what I mean by that is I'm going to show you. So I am going to swatch this one. This is the blush that I use in my every single video and you will see why. So this is what it looks like. Neither it's pink nor it's like a bronzer. And see, when I blend it, it just gives such a natural color. It's not too pink that is going to make your face look like a clown, and that is what I love the most. I don't like super blushed cheeks, I like flushed cheeks. So if you already don't use a blush, you should, because it makes a hell lot of difference. It will make you look youthful and gorgeous. And while buying, don't go for a super pigmented blush, try to go for a muted blush. And I'll be applying it with this brush. Now this is my first brush that I've ever bought, and as long as I remember, I used to put blush, bronzer, powder, everything with it, and this worked so well for so many years, and it still works good, by the way. It is a bit smaller for like powder, but for blush, contour and bronzer, it works amazing. You literally need one brush. So I'm going to take a bit of that, and I will not focus it on the apple of my cheek like girls smile and they just put it in here. We will not do that. We will put it from here, and I'm going to take it up till my hairline. So I'm going to start it from the middle position and I'm taking up. Now these days there is a trend on Instagram where everybody seems to put blush on top of their nose. Now it is a personal choice. You can do that if you want to, but it doesn't look very natural. So that's completely up to you. So this is pretty much blended. Now from the same palette, I am going to pick this shade. This shade is usually called the bronzer, and this is the contour. Contour is used on the hollows of the cheek and the jawline to make the face look more snatched and crisp. We will talk about that in some other video. Contour takes a lot of work to make it look natural, but bronzer, on the other hand, when paired with the blush, your job is done there. It is going to look so better, so better. So if you want to start with anything, go and get yourself a blush and a bronzer. I'm going to put the bronzer from half of the blush to the end of my cheekbone. I will not take it down to where I would put contour because that would look muddy. Okay, we are pretty much done with that. That is pretty much what you need to do for the face. Now we will move on to the eyes, and the first step of that is eyebrows. Now that is optional. If you have a beautiful set of eyebrows, you don't need to do that, but I clearly don't have that, so this is a must for me. So for that today I'm using this Inshine brow pencil. So this is what it looks like. Now I am slightly filling the sparse areas that I have. Now my whole brow is sparse, so Now I am very light-handed, otherwise it will put a lot of product in one space and then I have to just go over and over again to remove it, which I don't want to. And while filling brows, always remember the front portion of your brow should be the lightest and the end portion of your brow should be the darkest. So I have a cut here and I like to focus quite a lot there. Actually, I'm going to use this mirror. Isn't it so cute? And you cannot fill your brows without combing, so that's there. Okay, I was doing my brows and I was chatting with you, but this bitch stopped filming and my brows are done. So I couldn't show you that. So if you want to see how do I fill in my brows, you can let me know on the comment section and I will make an in-depth video, because I need to use the brow powder as well to hide the scar. This alone cannot do that. So that's there. If you want to see it, let me know. And see, my face is looking framed and much better because my brows are looking like brows. So if you have very thin or sparse brows, try to fill them in and it will make such a big difference. Now we will move on to the eyes. I know a lot of us struggle with wearing eyeliner and matching them on both the sides. Trust me, I struggle with it a lot and that can be very frustrating. So for that, today I'll be sharing 2 different techniques that is going to help you with your liner a bit more. So for the first technique, I'll be using this. This is the Blue Heaven Kajal in black and I'll be wearing a liner with that. So for that, first let me grab my tiny little mirror. So first I will be applying it on my lower waterline. And I hope you should not have a problem with that. And I will not take it to the corners of my eye. I am going to take it just till here. And I am making a wing. This is going to be a tiny wing. Okay, that is it. Because this kajal is not very pointy, so I cannot make a very sharp wing. And that's why if I go all the way up to here, it is not going to look that nice. So I'm making it very short and I will just joint it. And here I am very close to the lash line. And again, I'm going to stop in the middle portion, and for this corner, I am going to put it on my waterline. I will try not to cry. It is so difficult to do it with one hand. Oh God. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is it. That is how you make a tiny little wing with a kohl. Now for this eye, I am actually going to take a tape. So I'm going to take a bit of it. I'm pretty sure you have seen this technique before, and I will be placing where I want my wing to be. Oh, it's difficult with one hand. Okay, I think it's working. It's, yeah. Oh. Okay. Perfect. I have put kajal on this lower lash line as well. Now I'm going to grab on a liner and we will make a wing with it. I'm going to be super careful because even now I mess my wings. And the tip to make a good wing is try to be as close as the lash line and start with a thin and precise line. And make sure you don't have a lot of product on the applicator. Okay, I am done. Now I am going to peel the tape and let's see how good it looks. Oh, see that perfect wing? That is so good. It is the best tip if you suffer with making a wing liner and making two like similar lines. You can place a tape and it is going to be very easy. Now, The most important step is using this. This is the Swiss Beauty Precision Mascara. You don't have to do anything at all. Just grab and put on a good mascara and you will notice a difference even though you haven't literally done anything. If your eyes and eyebrows look good, your whole face can change. So let me show you what I mean. So this is a Swiss Beauty Precision Mascara. I think I've already said, but yeah. And I'm going to wiggle it and I will like go like this. Okay, and you can rotate it like that as well. Now this is it. All we have left is lipstick. You can put your favorite lipstick. I'm going to put one and I'll see you after that. So this is what it's looking like. It is definitely the easiest look that I have done on my channel so far. And I hope I could simplify the makeup for you. It is not hard practice. You just need a bit of practice. So if you like what I did today, you can hit that like button, which is going to give me a lot of motivations to make videos for you in future. And if you like this face and want to see more from me, then do not forget to subscribe to this channel and hit on that little notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload any new video. And until then, stay happy, keep glowing, and I'll see you in my next one. And let me know what else do you want to see next, because I'm here for you. Jo hukum mere aaka.